Have you ever caught yourself lying awake at night, spinning the same thought over and over like a record on repeat? Maybe it's a decision you're unsure of, a conversation you wish you'd handled differently, or simply the endless swirl of worries about what comes next. And in those quiet moments, it can feel like your mind is a storm you can't quite calm. I want to tell you about a day from my early 30s, one that changed how I viewed those restless nights. I was sitting in my small apartment, feeling overwhelmed by a decision I had to make. It was one of those crossroads where every option seemed weighted with consequence, and I couldn't help but overthink everything. The clock ticked past midnight, and despite my efforts to quiet my racing mind, I was stuck. Hours of mental replay had left me exhausted, anxious, and still stuck in the same place. Then, something subtle but unexpected happened. I remembered a story my grandmother used to tell. She had a simple trick, a 2-minute reset, that she swore by whenever her mind wouldn't let go. She called it her pause button. I decided to give it a try. Sitting there in the dark, I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Just one deep breath. Then another. I visualized a gentle wave washing over me, soothing and slow. In those brief moments, I told myself, this is enough. I don't need to figure everything out right now. Just breathe. Suddenly, the weight that pressed on my chest eased a little. The questions still remained, but my mind no longer felt like it was in a panic. That simple 2-minute reset became my secret weapon, a tiny act that shifted my perspective from overwhelmed to calmer. And it made me realize something profound. Sometimes it's our default to overthink, to analyze, to worry that keeps us stuck. But even in the busiest, most tangled moments, a small pause can create space for clarity. That day, I learned a powerful lesson. When the noise inside gets too loud, the best thing we can do is hit reset. Not by trying harder to stop the thoughts, but by giving ourselves permission to pause, to breathe, to step back, if only for 2 minutes. Because within those moments, we find the opportunity to see more clearly, to remember that overthinking is often just a sign we're needing a break, a reset, a gentle reminder that we don't have to solve everything today. So if you find yourself caught in that endless loop, thinking, rethinking, worrying, try this. Close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath. Visualize a wave washing over your mind, clearing the clutter. Remind yourself you're enough, and it's okay to pause. Sometimes the greatest act of self-love is simply giving yourself permission to stop. Remember, the next time your mind spirals, you have a 2-minute reset waiting right there with your name on it. It's a small act, but it can be transformative. Because in those quiet moments, you give your heart and mind the gift of clarity, reminding yourself that peace often begins with a moment of pause. What would you have done in my place? Or what's your go-to method to calm your overthinking? Share your stories in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Share if this touched you, and if you ever need a quick mental break, just remember, 2 minutes might be enough to change everything.